Hey guys, in this video I want to share with you guys my top 5 phones that I have ever owned. By no means I'm saying these are the best phones in the market or the best phones ever. I'm just saying these are the phones that I have owned and my top 5 of them. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. In my number 5 phone is the HTC Evo 4G. This was my first Android phone. Before this phone I had the iPhone 3GS, and I wanted something bigger, something with a big screen, and I truly wanted to try Android. So this was the phone that made me wet my feet and try Android. And of course the kickstand, who can't forget that, because I used to love watching videos a lot since back in the days, and the kickstand was awesome. The screen was great, 4.3-inch screen was awesome as well, and it was awesome. It was the best Android phone when it actually came out. Also, the only bad thing about this phone was that Android wasn't really that good back then. In my number 4 phone is the Samsung Galaxy S3. This phone was just beautiful when it came out. I love the design. I love the fact that I could pick it in white without having to wait. I loved everything that's Samsung put into TouchWiz in this phone. I didn't even need it to root it. This is one of the first phones that I didn't need to root, just to put custom ROMs. I did root it, but it was just to get the leaks for the TouchWiz. That's it. I loved everything of this phone. I love the body of the phone. I love the slickness of the phone, the screen of the phone, and all the features that this phone had was just amazing. I think this is Samsung's best phone. And right before this phone, I had the Samsung Galaxy S2, so I was loving that phone. So when this came out, I truly had to get it. So honestly, even though it was plastic in the back, which some people bitch about, for me it wasn't a big deal, because the great thing about having the plastic in the back is that you can actually customize it a little bit more. I bought different back plates that was awesome, and that's it. But truly, for me, one of the best Android phone that came out in 2012. In my number 3 phone is the LG Nexus 4 from Google. This phone is just awesome. The great thing about this phone is, of course, is stock Google, and honestly, in my opinion, this is the best Nexus phone Google ever had released. One thing that I loved about this phone is once you get it into your hand, the way this phone was built, glass in the back, which looks pretty cool. I love the way they put the pattern right there. It looks very cool right there, and the feel of the phone feels awesome. And the size of the phone is pretty small, even though it has a 4.7-inch screen. Also, if I'm not mistaken, this was the first quad-core phone released to the market, which it's amazing for a phone that was as cheap as this. This phone was priced, or is priced, because right now it's still one of the hottest phones still yet, and the price was $299 for 8 gigabytes and $349 for 16 gigabytes, which is, it's incredible without contract. I've said it before and I said it again. If you want a phone without contract, this is the best phone you could get. Also, if you're coming from Apple, if you're one of those that like to be always have the latest update, this is the phone to get. Right now, this phone is running 4.3, which is pretty cool for a phone that's old. And it's updated. It's more up to date than the latest phones coming out, and coming out even in the future. Also, when 5.0 comes out, guess what? This phone will get it before any other phone does, unless Google releases the new Nexus 5 or Nexus whatever they're going to call it. But for me, this phone is just awesome. The price, the build, the performance of this phone, everything is awesome about this phone. So for me, number 3 is the LG Nexus 4. And my number 2 phone is the iPhone 4. This phone was just stunning. When Apple released this phone, glass in the back, glass in the front, the way this phone was built with a metal all surrounding around the phone was just awesome. I loved it. Even though some people had problems with antenna gate, whatever they used to call it, I never did have problem, and I even got a free bumper, and guess what, never used it because I never needed it. But the way this phone was built, it was just awesome. I just loved it. For me, Apple's best looking phone so far. And of course, this was the first phone with Retina display that Apple released, and it was the best phone with amazing screen resolution. But when it actually came out, the design, like I said, the design of this phone was just amazing, and even the battery life that this phone had in it was just stunning. I love this phone so much, the design so much, that if they ever released a 5-inch phone with the same design, I might actually go for it, because it was just awesome. The only thing that I really didn't like about this phone, that I got tired of Apple, was just the icons and the lack of customization. Of course, when I had an iPhone 4, it was always jailbroken, because that was the only way to customize your phone, an Apple phone, and which is still the same thing right now. At the moment of this video, it's the same thing right now. It's the only way to customize your phone to the fullest, and that's it. But honestly, I love this phone. This phone was awesome. For me, one of the best Apple phones ever. Of course, after this, we got the iPhone 4S. And my number 1 phone is the phone that I currently own right now. It's the HTC One. This phone is absolutely beautiful. Like I said, in my second phone that I picked, that design was awesome and beautiful, but this phone truly topped the iPhone 4. The design of this phone was just stunning, or is just stunning. The display, 1080p screen, a quad-core phone. The boom sound speakers that actually makes a difference when you're watching videos with boom sound and beats. Of course, it has beats. This phone is just beautiful. The way it feels, aluminum, awesome design. The camera, it's a 4 megapixel ultra camera, but I love the features that's baked into this phone, like the Zoe feature. It's awesome Zoe features that actually, thanks to that feature, I've been getting great save frames, great pictures. Also comes with the infrared, which I didn't think I was going to use this feature a lot, but I actually use it a lot to control my TV and to see what's hot on TV. And when I find it, I click on it, and that's it. But honestly, this is by far the best phone I've ever had in my hand, and the best phone that I ever heard. There's no phone that sounds better than this phone, and everything's pretty freaking nice, beautiful design. There's you could watch reviews from everywhere you could think of. Every blogger will say the same thing. There's a reason why everybody says the same thing. That's beautiful, one of the best designs ever, and truly one of my best phones I've ever owned. So yes, my number 1 spot for best phone I've ever owned is the HTC One. Hope you guys liked the video. Like I said, these are my top phones that I've owned. I'm not saying these are the top phones ever made. And that's it. I hope you guys liked the video. Till next time.